Taste the Blood of Dracula.
Dracula's blood.
It's either one of the most brilliant of the series or one of the most idiotic, depending which way you look at it. What I love about it is the first act. The build-up to Dracula's resurrection is the most interesting of all. It centers around three men who are bored out of their minds. They go out at night to whorehouses, and they just don't know what to do with themselves. So they meet this guy, this wonderful nutcase named Lord Courtly, played by Ralph Bates, who happens to be a Satanist and wants to resurrect Dracula. Doesn't that sound like a fun idea? I mean, how bored could you be to bring back the Prince of Darkness? They don't know exactly what they're in for, but they go along with the plan. The first step is to buy the remains of Dracula. The shopkeeper is a man who collects rare things. He happened to be conveniently wandering through the woods in time to witness Dracula being killed in the last movie. He's kept his powdered blood, cape, and rings safe ever since, and is extremely reluctant to selling them. Getting the different parts to resurrect Dracula, I think, may have been the inspiration for the game Castlevania II: Simon's Quest. They buy the items and go to an abandoned church that's been converted into a place for satanic rituals. It's one of the creepiest and most demonic scenes in classic horror history. Courtly wears Dracula's cape and jewelry, says some evil chants, cuts his hand, turns Dracula's powdered blood back into real blood, fills their goblets with it, and orders them to drink.
Don't insult the master! Drink, damn you!
You drink then! You drink it! You drink the filth!
They refuse, so he drinks it himself, and then convulses in agony until they beat him to death with their canes. Later that night, he transforms into Dracula. The rest of the men go back to their families and try to keep everything a secret, while Dracula stalks and kills them all one by one like a slasher villain.
The third.
The reason Dracula wants to kill them all is out of revenge for killing Courtly, his servant. But wasn't it Dracula's blood that caused him to start gagging to death? And aren't they all partially responsible for bringing Dracula back to life? He should be thanking them. It makes no sense. Dracula doesn't say much, as usual. In fact, he rarely even speaks a full sentence.
They have destroyed my servant. They will be destroyed.
I've counted the Count's words, and it comes out to 28.
Yes, that's 28! Mwah! Ha, ha.
The most horrible person in the movie actually isn't Dracula. It's one of the men who participated in the ceremony. He's played by Jeffrey Keane. This character is a complete asshole. He's cruel to his family, and he never lets his daughter out of the house. Yet he goes out to whorehouses. He comes home drunk and tries to whip her for going to see her boyfriend. Notice some jealousy there. Man, he's fucked up. He's the real villain of the movie, and he deserves everything he gets coming to him. Her boyfriend happens to be named Paul.
Paul Paxton, sir.
Which was the same name as the guy in the last movie.
Come on, Paul, come on, join in!
You think they could have come up with a different name?
Paul?
Who else did you expect?
In the end, he decorates the church with candles and crosses, making it a holy place once again. When Dracula returns, he doesn't know how to handle it. Wait, he just suddenly noticed that window had a cross? Shouldn't he have thought about that before choosing a church as his headquarters? He looks around at all the holy imagery, falls down, and crumbles into dust. They couldn't come up with a better idea to kill Dracula? Usually seeing a cross would scare him away or burn his skin, but not kill him. And just by looking at them, couldn't he have just shut his eyes? This movie happens to be rated R, but the last one was rated G. Both of these movies are on the same DVD set, and you can see on the back the ratings right next to each other. G and R. That's two polar opposites. What was so different about this movie? Maybe there was a little bit more blood in it, and okay, there was a little nudity this time, but G and R? Maybe PG-13 and R? The MPAA had no clue what they were doing. Taste the Blood of Dracula is an uneven entry in the series. It has a great beginning, but after that, it goes downhill.
I have no further use for you.